We also want to talk about severe weather this morning because the threat yesterday over the Big Island, we saw the results of that. And then this is Hiʻilawe Falls in Waipio Valley on the Hamakua coast. And those waterfalls look incredible. And we do know that firefighters had to go in and airlift 14 people in 2 separate groups. They were trapped by raging rivers in the area. And Jen, you were saying that even today that could happen again. Today and tomorrow. And in fact, with that flash flood watch, there is wording in there that says 2 to 3 inches per hour, but that could fall within like 20 minutes. 30 minutes. It happens really quickly, as you know, so as a hiker, definitely keep your radar handy. There's a lot of smartphones that have that before you go out, especially on a long hike where it could be prone to flooding.
Well, you know, Jill Bolstridge, she is a drama teacher from New York City, Brooklyn. And what she does is she comes to Hawaii during the summer times and she teaches kids drama here with Ohana Arts. She gets done with Ohana Arts, she takes a small little vacation before going back home. She goes to the Big Island, goes for an ATV tour. Next thing you know, there's a raging river, it starts flooding. They have to actually climb up the mountainside because there's no place to hold on to. The water comes and washes out one of the bridges. As a matter of fact, take a look there. You see that it's see that brown water? That's already a bad sign.
Where there was once a bridge, we now see the water level has completely taken the bridge out, and the water is going up and over the rope that was our handrail.
So they had a couple of keiki with them. They got the keiki across. They had a woman who started to make her way across the bridge, according to Jill. She almost got to the end, but her husband was yelling for her to go back. So a couple of guys went down, grabbed her, pulled her across the bridge, just as water wiped out the bridge that was previously there, where those handrails are.
This is pretty crazy. We actually had to hike up this terrain. We had to climb all the way up, like grabbing tree branches and sliding on moss all the way up. And because the river, the platform we were standing on was not attached to anything, and it was about to wash away. So here, you tell it.
So I just asked the tour guide, and he said it was not attached to the stone, so we had to walk up about 60 feet up. So we're now approximately at the top of the waterfall.
They had to wait about 2 hours. Meanwhile, the group that was not stranded, they were on the other side of the bridge. They called 911. Next thing you know, there's a helicopter coming. There are cheers, but they got to take everybody out 2 by 2 in one of the baskets. And so what we're going to show you here is video of the people getting lifted out by chopper. And it's a unique viewpoint because you never know what it's going to be like traveling in a basket getting out by helicopter.
Yeah, and what struck me about this story is the short amount of time that they were able to get those kids across, but then the rest of them ended up getting stranded. That's how quickly the situation changed into something so dangerous for them. And they were smart enough to be with tour guides who kind of got them to higher ground and to a safer area and waited for help. But to me, this was the incredible part too, was them getting airlifted by those baskets.
It's got to be a little bit scary, but a sense of relief being pulled out of that area, especially when Jill was describing earlier this morning live with us in the 7 o'clock hour, that the water was rising and they kept having to go uphill to escape the waters. We're glad to report that they're all safe. They all have a unique story to tell this morning.
Not only that, she was telling us this morning, well, not just about the video, but that because their tour was it ended early because of this severe weather situation. So they were invited back for free, and she's going back.
Well, that was before we knew that there was going to be a flash flood watch posted. So, Jill, if you're watching, you might want to wait maybe a couple more days on this one.
Yeah, wait a couple of days before you go back out there in the tour.
I know, on Hawaii Island, their totals within the 24-hour period was anywhere from 1 to 4 inches, upwards of 5 over Mauka areas. So you can see it happens very fast.
Being intrepid is mostly a good thing, but sometimes you shouldn't be going out.